Hey y'all. So today I wanted to talk about a new subject, something I've not hit on before. I wanted to talk about purpose and what I think it means to find your purpose. And I know that's a huge topic, and I doubt I'm going to get through all of it today, but I wanted to hit on this because I think for myself, I'm finally starting to feel like I'm running into my purpose, right? Like I'm finding what my goals are, and they're actually aligning with where I want to go for the first time in a very, very long time. And I wanted to hit on that because I think so often we get out of high school or we get out of college, or maybe we're even still in college, and you feel like your purpose is to just get to the next thing, whether that's getting a job after college or after high school, or that's buying a house, getting married. There's so many goalposts that we set for ourselves that I feel that we don't often enough say, well, is this my purpose? Is this why I'm here, is to achieve these things? Or is this just something I want to do in addition to what is my actual purpose? Or is your purpose just surviving? Which, if that is the case, that is completely fine. Like, no judgment here. That is a worthwhile purpose. Surviving in this world is not something that I would call particularly easy right now. So, I mean, all the power to you. But for myself at least, for the first time in years, I'm like, I'm waking up excited, not just I gotta get up and I gotta go to school, or oh man, I don't want to be doing this, but I'm doing it because I know I need to. Like, I'm waking up and getting out the door and attacking the day with more, I guess, hope and excitement than I've had in a really long time for life. And I think a huge part of that is because I'm finally finding what I was put here to do, if you believe in that. And I think I'll be a bit more specific about this. So growing up, I have always wanted to be a meteorologist, right? I was that kid who, when there were storms, just would be staring out the window waiting for them to get closer while everyone else is freaking out. And I live in Tornado Alley, so the town that I was born in was hit by 2 EF5 tornadoes during my lifetime. So it's been a very prominent thing for me throughout my entire life, is the weather. Well, as I was getting out of high school, it wasn't that I forgot that I wanted to do meteorology. It was more that I got distracted. In my head, it wasn't something I could actually achieve. I had been hearing for years about the math components of it, and it just didn't feel like something I could actually do. So I didn't. Instead, I went for a music education degree, which I don't know why that was the obvious next choice, but when that didn't really pan out, I switched over to business. And as I was getting very close to finishing my business degree, it dawned on me that I hate business and have no desire to actually be in the business field at all. So really, really late into my business degree, like last semester late, I pivoted, and this is my first semester studying meteorology. And the difference between doing something that you're indifferent to and you're just getting by with versus doing something you actually care about and are passionate about is astounding. I'm getting up at 6 a.m. to drive an hour to school, and then staying there for 9 hours, like still working 30 to 40 hours a week, just so that I can have an opportunity to be surrounded by the people that I want to. Like, meteorology, it's the thing that I've always wanted to do, and for the first time in my life, I'm getting to do it in a meaningful way. And this isn't just me wanting to, brag about how awesome it is that my life's turning the way I want it to. It's more that I finally feel like I'm finding my purpose. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about was, I'm not sure if everybody in life is going to have such a definitive, easy answered purpose like mine. I've known for a very long time that meteorology was something I wanted to do, and I was lucky to be in a situation where I could switch, where I have dual income. Like we're okay for me to take the extra time needed to get through this degree. Not everyone's going to be as lucky as that, and I'm well aware. With that being said, I think part of why we have such a, I mean, let's be honest, we are not a happy generation right now. There's a lot of negativity in the world, and there's a lot of really bad stuff going on in the world, and it's something that we all have to deal with. But on top of that, I think we have kind of lost sight of what it means to, I guess, be alive. We prioritize money, we prioritize grinding, getting to the next thing in life without actually understanding why it is we want to get to that next thing. I've done that. I've spent years going down that rabbit hole of just focusing purely on money. How can I get more money? What can I do to get more? Like, just focusing solely on money, and all that's given me is misery. It hasn't gotten me any closer to my goals. It hasn't filled that aching in my chest of, God, there's something more than what it is I'm doing right now, and I just don't know what it is. It doesn't lead to anything. And that's not saying that money isn't good. You have to have money to get, like, to survive, to get by. But there's a point where so much time has been invested in making money that it becomes meaningless. You stop caring about anything else because all you think about is, what can I do to get the next dollar? And when you've hit that point and that's all that you can focus on, what's the point of life anymore? I mean, unless you are a very, very well-off person, all you're going to be doing is making someone else richer than you so that you can get a little bit of money. Like, it's not... I'm very anti-capitalist in this, but it's not that money is bad. It's not bad. You need some amount of money to get by. And if you're not in a situation like I am, which again is an incredibly privileged situation, then yeah, your primary focus being money is not a bad thing. I think when people preach that you should just focus on what makes you happy and never, like, no, there's obvious situations where you need money. With that being said, if you're young and in college, and the only thing you're thinking about is, what can I do to get the most amount of money out of this? I do think you're missing out a little bit. I've, in the last 3 weeks, have already made multiple friends. I've reached out to professors and people who are helping me move my career along, and in a career I'm passionate about. I think it is worthwhile to find your purpose. And again, it doesn't have to be with a career. Your purpose can be, oh, I go to work, and then when I come home, I work on a book, right? That is a worthwhile purpose. Or maybe your purpose is, oh, I want a family. I want to raise kids. I want to have that type of life. And if that's your purpose, that is completely fine. But find it, right? Don't just wait around for it to happen, because it's not just going to come to you. You're going to have to go out and find your purpose. If your purpose is career related, like mine is, then go out and find it. Don't just sit by and let it pass you by. I mean, you can always push, see what you can do, network, do all of the things necessary to, at the very least, say, I tried. I mean, if you get to the end of life and you haven't even put any effort into finding what it is you're passionate about, God, that would suck. I don't want that for anybody. No, you have to find something. It doesn't have to be your career, but it does need to be something that you are passionate about and your reason for being here. I think a lesson that I've been trying to learn for a long time, and I'm still learning, is being okay with failure, right? I mean, we all struggle with it, and I think that's a large part of why people don't don't go after your Gray Iron some points. Don't go after your purpose as much is because we're all so scared of failing. But wouldn't it be better to say, oh yeah, I went out, I got a good experience, I tried to do the thing I'm passionate about, or oh yeah, I wrote a few first drafts of my book, but it just never really took. Like, wouldn't you rather say that you tried than you know, I always wanted to write a book, but I just never did. Or I keep using the book analogy. I always wanted to get into painting, but I just never gave myself the time to. Or, I mean, if there are obviously situations that are going to stop you from doing the things that you are going to want to do in life, and I understand that. But if you are of healthy, able body and you have the capacity to give even a little bit of effort, 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes every other day, into your purpose, into finding the reason that you are alive, God, wouldn't you want to try? I can't believe I have wasted this much time not pushing myself to see what else was out there for me. And I'm not one to sit there and say I regret not pushing myself. Things happen for a reason, and it's okay that it didn't happen before now. But man, I do wish I could go back and tell younger me, hey, you should see what else is out there, because I bet you'll be happy that you did. Anyway, that's a short one for this video, but it's been a little while since I've made one of these, and I want to start making some more. With that being said, if you're still here at this point in the video, thanks for watching. I am getting a new channel up and running soon. It's gonna be a kind of like lo-fi-ish channel. We'll see how it goes. That should be popping up here in the next couple of weeks, so be on the lookout for that. I don't know how much these two channels will cross over, but I just thought I'd mention that. Anyway, see ya.